You always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricanes fans, my JSU fans, my HBCU fans, my Deion Sanders fans. Now, as you guys know, in news right now, talking about conference realignment. I'm talking about the Big 12, talking about Texas, Oklahoma leaving to go to the SEC, leaving the Big 12 with some spots open. Now, as you guys can see, Deion Sanders, tweeted out. Deion Sanders made a tweet out to the Big 12 saying, basically hinting JSU, come on, what's up? You know, the JSU Tigers. Now, JSU, last season, you know, FCS football, well, this summer, you know, we covered that pretty much on the channel. They went 4-3. You know, Deion started out 3-0 for his career, and then, you know, it kind of went a little bit up and down like a roller coaster. But nonetheless, man, Deion Sanders is trying to reach out to the Big 12 to try to get JSU into the Big 12. Now, I do think JSU, talent-wise, I think they could compete. I think they could compete. This is the Big 12 we're talking about. So I don't expect for them to go into the Big 12 and start, you know, dominating or anything like that. I think they'll start out at the bottom, being honest. Start out at the bottom and, you know, work their way up to eventually competing for Big 12 championships if this were to happen. Now, let's say it does happen. I think JSU would be kind of like the first couple of years in the Big 12, probably like the Vanderbilt of the SEC or the South Carolina of the SEC. You know, somewhere at the bottom, but has potential. Now, this is Deion Sanders you're talking about. Talking about a guy that's recruiting at a top level, you know, bringing in top guys to a HBCU, to JSU, to compete. So, I do believe if, keyword if, this were to happen, let's say JSU into the Big 12, I do believe it would give JSU a boost in pretty much every department. Pretty much every department. They would get better TV deal. They would have better talent to play against. More kids would want to go there because they know they would be playing against D1. They would be D1. So, I think JSU, the Big 12, I think that would be pretty interesting. Now, keep in mind that the Big 12 itself might actually just go away, to be honest. Let's just say West Virginia goes over to the ACC. A couple of those teams dissolved. The Big 12 could dissolve, basically. All you need is a couple teams to vote, hey, we're one out. If West Virginia goes over to the ACC, Texas and Oklahoma goes over to the SEC, the Big 12 could collapse. So, you know, Deion wanting to go to the Big 12, it might be a little too late, but nonetheless, we're going to see how it goes, because right now I know the Big 12 is basically sending cease and desist to ESPN, basically to tell ESPN to stay out of it. Stop trying to push teams to other conference. Stop trying to dissolve the Big 12 so they don't have to do the big payout. You know, Texas and Oklahoma leaves the Big 12. It's a $76 million payout for both teams. Now, granted, both teams could make that payout. No problem. No problem at all. But for JSU, Deion Sanders, this would be great news. If the Big 12 does not collapse, if the Big 12 stay together after Texas and Oklahoma leave and JSU come on in, that would be crazy. Let me know how y'all feel, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this.